explanation. So 2-3 explanations are there. Yes. Look at again type 2 virtualization. Okay. So what is a type 1 virtualization? Type 1 virtualization is a bare metal virtualization. In a server virtualization, type 1 virtualization is a bare metal virtualization. Means we install hypervisor like a OS. We install on the physical hardware directly. Meaning is the hypervisor is interacts with your physical hardware directly without any additional operating system or through any application. So it is like a kernel type. It is interacts with your hardware. That is a type 1 virtualization. These are all organizations provide type 1 virtualization through some products like a VMware, vSphere, Hyper-V, Xen Server, Proximox, or Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. Okay, along with the operating system also, some hypervisors comes with the operating systems like Hyper-V, Microsoft Hyper-V in the Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10 Pro or Enterprise, or Windows servers. It is like as a feature or a role or a built-in kind of stuff. Okay, and a Linux based operating systems provide a KVM, QEMU kind of stuff. So these are also there. Next, type 2 virtualization. The type 2 virtualization is application based virtualization. Application based means you have an operating system, but you don't have any inbuilt virtualization feature, or you are not directly a hypervisor. So what we will do, we install some application like a VMware Workstation, Player, or Oracle VirtualBOX, or Microsoft VirtualPC in a old Windows systems like Windows XP, Vista kind of stuff. Okay. Whatsoever it is, it's we install an application, so then we can create a multiple virtual machines and we can run the virtual machines in our laptop. So this is called a type 2 virtualization. Again, point is, what is a desktop virtualization? There is just two statements are there. What is this two statements? When it is come to the server virtualization, in single server you can run multiple guest operating system, but same as go for a desktop virtualization also. Look at here, client side virtualization and VDI. What is client side virtualization? Allow virtual machine to run on a client computers, provide a application compatibility solution, allowing user to run virtualized instance of earlier operating system and application. So these two statements are there in a client side virtualization, and in a desktop virtualization, another part is VDI. User connected to client computers that are running as a virtual machine on a central server. User can run their application, access their data on the virtual machine from any computer or a device that support virtual desktop client software, reduce hardware cost, support BYOD. Okay. So what is this part? I will explain in already I told you in afternoon I will tell about a presentation virtualization based on a remote desktop. So how it is differ from desktop virtualization to that one. So we'll see little differences are there. So we'll see. But I'm talking about a client side virtualization here. Okay, I'm talking about a client side virtualization. So two ways to tell in a desktop virtualization is client side virtualization. Yellow virtual machine run on a client computers. In my desktop, how to run a virtual machine? How to run a virtual machine? Using applications only. Using applications or a built-in tools. like a Hyper-V operating system along with the hardware. Like this is this is server virtualization, but this is not purely server virtualization. It is not a purely server virtualization. That point also we have to note. Along with the operating system, also we are getting some virtualization part, right? Even it is a type 1 virtualization or a type 2 virtualization, we don't mind about it. Minding is application based hypervisor or a built-in hypervisor features. Okay, this is like a role. Okay, so this is the point I am trying to say. So second one, okay, VDI is little different. So VDI is depends upon the type 1 virtualization, means server virtualization. This is not based on the server virtualization. The statement it is saying in your client computer, you can able to run multiple guest operating system. So that is a client-side virtualization. Provide an application compatibility solution by allowing users to run virtualized instance of earlier operating system and applications. This is very important statement for next point what I am trying to say it is. Guys, provide an application compatibility solution by allowing users to run virtualized instance of earlier operating system and applications. Do you remember we practice backup? We practice backup types, normal backup, copy backup, incremental backup, differential backup, daily backup. After that one, we practice normal backup, incremental backup, and differential backup, right? On Windows Server 2003. Why not 2019? Because 2019 don't have these backup types. It is like a normally Windows 10 type backup only. If you go to server backup option, it will show like a what is the data you want to take a backup and where you want to store. Other than that one type of backups you can't able to select it. You have to select data and take a backup. That's it, not any other things. Okay, so point is here again I'm telling we need that practical understanding of what is normal backup, incremental backup, and differential backup. So how it is works, we use 2003 server. Similarly, I have an application. The application works in a particular operating system type only. For example, it works in Windows 7 only. It works in 32-bit only. It works in Windows XP only. I have some applications. Those are old applications. So again, it may not work in your new operating system. Okay, old application it is. Okay. Packaging related or correlated old applications. Some applications only works in Butler architecture. Okay, so what happened? The compatibility missing between my current desktop and that application. Some application runs in Linux. Okay, some applications runs in Linux. You know, earlier days when I want to try to practice Oracle installation and Oracle databases and Oracle WebLogic server, Eclipse, Java, Python, DevOps tools, GitHub desktop, Docker desktop. Okay, so Docker desktop toolbox, Docker desktop application is there. Docker desktop toolbox is also there. Okay, so for practicing, I use virtual machines. Okay, I use virtual machines, old or new kind of operating systems. Some OS, like I need a Hyper-V features, built-in Hyper-V feature in Windows 10. So I used that one also. Okay. So why it is? If I try on my physical machine, it may not be compatible, may not be work. For example, Docker desktop don't support my PC won't support. My PC is a home edition. My PC won't support. That time means 2 years back an idea was 2 to 3 years back. The Dockers don't support in my Windows 10 Home Edition. So what I have done, so I download a Docker application and install in a enterprise Windows 10 virtual machine. Okay. So point is, guys, there is an application you want to run. Your operating system is incompatible. Maybe it is compatible with the old operating system or different operating system. This client-side virtualization is more helpful, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like Linux based won't work in Windows, Windows based now won't work in Linux, kind of stuff. Okay, so like you want to implement LVM, you want to practice LVM, you want to implement something. Okay, so that is better idea. Client side virtualization. So this same point, based on this, I want to tell one example. Here, it is a situation is happened. That is the first definition of a desktop virtualization. What is the situation is happened? Guys are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, Windows XP is the most popular operating system as compared to all other Windows operating system, Windows desktop operating system, comparatively all other, means including Windows 10. Okay, Windows XP is the most popular operating system. Still, a lot of people like Windows XP. Maybe some people still using a Windows XP in their desktops, but still it's up to now only limited. Okay, but in almost like a 2000 Windows Millennium and 2000 Professional released later, 2001 Windows XP is released. Windows XP Service Pack 2 is a most stable version. No issues. Lot of people feel there is very less issues or no issues in Service Pack 2. 2002 is a stable version is released. From that day onwards, lot of people start using it either as a free or a thing. You know, some people by hearted the 24 key pin. That's 24 letters are there. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. 24 are there. So all 24 like a 2, 3 keys they'll by hearted means anytime they can able to type blindly without looking at, without opening notes and all. That kind of people also there. That much of habituated till Windows Vista is released. Windows XP, the minimum requirement is like even if you have a 256 MB RAM, I think it is works with a 128 MB RAM also, but 256 is a very less RAM. Okay, if you are comparing now, it is nothing. Okay, I said like a 4 GB is waste. Easy, better minimum is 8 GB. Okay, but now it is. Yeah, tell me. This is minimum RAM. This is maximum RAM support. XP maximum RAM is 4 GB. Minimum RAM is 256 MB. Okay, and mostly when we are using that time is 32-bit type only. Of course, 64-bit is there, but it has some problems with 64 because most of applications are 32-bit applications. It won't work in 64. So whatever it is, we forget about bit number. Windows XP is a minimum requirement, but when it is introduced, next one is Windows Vista. Almost it is introduced in a Windows Vista is around 2007 time, 6, 7. By that time, it is there. I means Windows XP after 4 or 5 years, Windows Vista came into market. It flapped in the market because it is heavy. It is heavy. Heavy means minimum 1 GB requirement. 1 GB means just you feel you installed it. That's it. So at least 2 GB to run normally as an operating system. 4 GB is good. 4 GB smoother. 2 GB good. Okay. 2 GB okay. Kind of stuff. Like 1 GB just see minimum. 2 GB we can use it. No problem. Just for now, no problem. Load increases 4 GB smooth. 4 GB smooth. 2 GB okay. 1 GB minimum. But what happened here, Vista in the market is not stable. So Microsoft rebuild this Vista again into Windows 7. They rebuild Windows Vista again. Okay. So the Windows 7 is much better performance than Windows Vista. Okay. So even though there is a lowest edition of Windows 7 works in a 512 MB RAM, and they release a different type of versions. Windows 7 Home Basic, Home Professional, Home Premium kind of stuff, Professional, Enterprise, Business, Ultimate. So like that, there's a lot of editions that are released. The least edition is 512 MB RAM, means any basic user can able to use it. By the time higher hardware availability increases, meaning is that time 256 MB, 512 MB RAM are a minimum. Later on days, the minimum increase means 1 GB RAM availability increase, 2 GB RAM availability increases, 4 GB RAM availability increases. 2 GB is the most popular one, is 1 GB, 2 GB. Okay, yeah, I don't want to put more RAM, then it is 1 GB. Okay, if I want to put a better RAM, 2 GB. Put a 2 GB RAMs, it become 4 GB. Okay, I do like that only. So I got a one desktop that time. It comes with a 2 GB RAM. I add another 2 GB, become 4 GB. So it works fine. Okay, so the infrastructure improvement, availability increase. So Windows 7 for a big laptops and desktops, Windows 7 start using. But there is a problem is occur. I'm talking about a problem, but I told a story. So problem is, this is my system, Windows 7. This is my system, Windows 7. Okay, so lot of people, because of Vista is not becoming popular, and a lot of technicians also not prefer Vista because a lot of reason. I am the trainer for Vista, so I started giving training when I start my career. The subject is Vista for me. Next is 7, next is 8, next is 10. Okay, so I started with teaching Windows Vista, how to use Vista, how to install Vista kind of stuff. So I cannot say Vista is not good. Okay, so because I'm the trainer. Okay, I certified, I done a certification in 7, but mine is Vista, actually started with Vista. So when Windows 7 is launched, so obviously people start using new and old applications. What they are using, new and old applications also, because people are having a huge collection of applications from Windows XP onwards. New applications are okay, but old applications, some applications only works in Windows XP. Okay, only works in Windows XP, but not works in a 7. Some applications, not all applications, some applications works in Windows XP, not in a 7. Then lot of people applications are not working. Next, drivers. You know, Windows XP to 7, sorry, Windows XP to Vista, Vista to 7, lot of changes occurred in the PC operating system designing. Okay, the coding and everything is different. So because Vista 7 is basically built based on a .NET. XP is basically built based on a C, C++, the background C++, .NET kind of stuff. But Vista is a more .NET kind of stuff. So compatibilities issues are occurred because when you download a drivers, so you can see 7, 8, 10 support, 10 support, 8 and 10 support, XP support, 32-bit, 64-bit. This kind of stuff is there. So the drivers means device drivers for XP works in a XP OS. No drivers for a 7 available. If it is your old computer, you have a old PCs, old devices. Okay, old devices like a printer. I connected a printer, guys. I connected a printer. It's my old printer. Because of you are using a new computer, Windows 7, does not mean you have to throw your printer, right? We are Indians. As long as it is works, we use it. If it stop working, we repair and use it. That's why originally our Indian economy, it's look like a underdevelopment, but it is very strong. In a 2008, recession is occurred. 2007 itself, recession is there. So total IT collapse. Okay, in India, non-IT and IT collapsed in other countries like US, Australia, UK, UAE, and China, Asian countries. So there is huge loss. Lot of people lost their jobs. Lot of companies got closed. Bank is completely closed. It is like bankrupt. It's almost maximum companies are in bankrupt, including General Motors, GM, GE, General Electricals, General Motors, MRF. So big companies. Formula One race, Bridgestone, unable to sponsor Formula. He is the only one main sponsor for a Formula One is Bridgestone. He is unable to sponsor. That is a huge loss in the world. Economic collapse in the entire world. IT, non-IT field. In India, only IT effect, nothing others. Still, people are alive. No one will committed a suicide. Okay, so they've got a problem. They're unable to pay the EMIs. Okay, unable to pay EMIs, and they are searching for other jobs. This kind of stuff is there. Okay, but why is India? But still, people are almost 2011, 2012. They waited. They got some problems, issues. They survived and all. Why? Because of we never spent whole money on the market. We put a saving. We use and reuse. We repair and use. That's our economy secret. So others won't follow that one. We are a cheap fellows. That is our secret strength. People think we are a cheap fellows like that. The cheapness is give you actually strength. Okay, we reuse it like that. So I have a printer. So just guys, it's not a story at all. Understand? Okay, it's just a story, but understand the things. This is my Windows 7 PC. I have a printer. So it is a little older printer than when XP. Windows 7 is introduced almost in 2009 or 2010. Almost 2010 it is released. As you know, 2010 it is in the market. 2009 Vista is still in the market. 2010 Windows 10 into the market. Windows 7 into market. Okay, Windows 7 2010 it is there in the market. Okay, we can easily download from 2010. As I remember, because I'm working that time, I'm teaching Vista, right? So I know Windows 7 is also released. By 2011, I made a I done a certification in 7, means it's 9 and 10, so around the 9 and 10. By 10, it is there in the market. For example, I have a printer which is much earlier, like a 2007 printer or a 2008 printer or 2005 printer. Printer is there. But printer drivers, you want to work with a device, you need a drivers. The drivers are belongs to XP, which not works with the 7. So you don't have a drivers for 7. You don't have a drivers for 7. You have a drivers for XP. It works for XP, not with the 7. Guys, understand this point? Printer concept, application concept, not precision concept. That is best example. Last point, understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So lot of people call to the Microsoft Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a CEO that time. He was a CEO that time. Okay, he's a founder and CEO. He is a founder. He is founder. He was CEO. What is the difference? If I said he was a founder, means he died. He didn't die now, so still is alive. So Bill Gates is founder. He was CEO because is currently not CEO. Who is a Microsoft CEO? Current CEO?
Satya, Nadella Satya.
Very good. Satya Nadella. Okay. Okay. So Windows Vista and Windows 7, and when a Windows 7 there is a column, that is applications works with Windows XP but not with the 7, or drivers supported with the Windows XP not with the 7. The world devices, their drivers works with Windows XP not with the 7. Okay. So Microsoft introduced this XP mode. XP mode is nothing but a virtual machine. Okay, installed with the XP. It installed with the XP OS. Inside of XP OS is there. It is nothing but a virtual machine. Okay, so what I will do, I take these drivers, I install these drivers into this one, because there is an enhanced mode is there, enhancing or integrating mode, integration, enhancement or integration mode is there. Because of this integration, it integrates with your physical machine, physical hardware and physical operating system. Windows 7, okay, it is integrated. So from your Windows 7, now you can take a printout. No problem, because of it works with the Windows XP, OS and drivers directly. So you know to go to open the Windows XP also, you can give the print from Windows 7, then it is understand, Windows 7 understand the drivers are located in a virtual machine. So it do the process with that one and take the printout. Okay, or you want to run the application. We done a practically this one. I'm not able to show you now because we removed everything. Okay, so I will show you. In Windows 7, okay, in Windows 7, I wantedly install 2007 Office 2007. I installed in a Windows 7. Okay, in Windows XP, sorry, not Windows XP. Inside XP mode, because XP mode represent XP virtual machine, right? Okay, it runs in a virtual PC. Application is virtual PC. So luckily virtual PC won't work here. Okay, so you can't see that one directly. I can show you, but I removed that kind of stuff because it's occupying so much of space. and people are not interested. Lot of we don't get a time to explain or show you kind of stuff. In Windows XP, I installed 2003 Office. Okay, so I open programs and features is there, so like a start button. I click on a start button, list is open. I see 2007 Office and 2003 Office also. It means you can run an application from Windows 7, but actually it runs in Windows XP. Actually it runs in a Windows XP. So this XPMode, the integration of XPMode is nothing but XPMode is nothing but a XP virtual machine, runs in VirtualPC. It integrated with your physical machine, that is Windows 7. So you can run an application in the XPMode, which actually shows like you are running in a physical machine only. Okay, so you want to run an earlier applications or earlier drivers which works in earlier operating system, you can run in your physical machine. Of course, there is a condition is also there. It won't work in home. If you have a Windows 7 home premium kind of stuff, don't work. You need a Pro, Enterprise, Business, Ultimate, and that too genuinity is very important here. Compulsory original OS. That time they will verify with internet. They'll send one packet called ActiveX controller kind of stuff. Packet is there. ActiveX controller is a remote access purpose, but they will send the one ActiveX package some updates to your Windows 7. So what happened? They will verify your genuinity whether really you are using a original Windows 7 or a duplicate Windows 7. So if you when you are installing Windows XP mode also, then it will verify. Still, I think you can able to download it from Microsoft XP mode, but we need a Windows 7 virtual machine. So you need a Windows 7 OS, which is better Windows 7 Enterprise or Business or Pro, okay, or Ultimate. I tried on Ultimate because I have Ultimate that time, so I tried this thing. I showed for a physical labs directly. In online we can't show you, and that we don't have anything about it. So what is the XP mode, guys? It is nothing but a XP virtual machine. Virtual PC. Okay. Next, XP mode introduced for Windows 7. So in Windows 7, old applications and the device drivers are unable to in Windows 7 old applications device drivers are unable to support. Okay, it supports only in a Windows XP. So install XP mode into Windows 7. Okay, install applications and device drivers into XP mode. Okay, into XP mode. That install applications, device drivers. Into XP mode. So in Windows 7, old applications, device drivers are unable to support. So install XP mode into Windows 7, install application and device drivers into XP mode. To XP mode, integration Windows 7. Okay, we can access application and drivers running in XP to Windows 7 only, or from Windows 7 only. Actually, applications running in XPMode, but we can access from Windows 7 only. Okay, so that is what XPMode. So the problem is solved for a certain period of time. When Windows 7 later versions are released, like a Windows 7 Service Pack 1, Windows 7 Service Pack 2, so it take time. So from Windows 7 to Windows 8, again it taken a time. So Windows 8 is around 2012 it is introduced. 2012 time only Windows 8 is introduced. It is around 3-4 years. Okay, it is getting popular in from 2012 onwards. Okay, 2012, 2013 onwards, it is almost it is there in the market. So it is introduced in 12, but market wise it is there. Even 7 also, it is introduced in 2009, but is popular from Windows. Available means widely available in the market is from Windows 10, sorry, 2010. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, so and by that time, so XP compatible applications almost all written in a Windows Windows 7 in a Windows 10. So available 32-bit version, 64-bit version. WoW version is also introduced in Windows 7. So no problem with the 32-bit and 64-bit kind of stuff. Okay, infrastructure increases, different applications. Now you have an application Windows 7 and all, we can directly compatibility mode is also there. You can directly run in a compatible mode. So what is the compatibility mode, guys? I want to show you that one. You have an application. For example, this application, you cannot able to run in your this one. This is the old operating system support. I created this application for a game application for a Windows 7 or a Windows 8, not for Windows 10. So it is not compatible. It is not understanding your current operating system. Then go to compatibility, check it, run compatibility mode. Do you want to run this application in the compatibility mode of 7 Vista like that? Not XP anyway, but so I written this program for Windows 7. But so the application not understanding my current operating system Windows 10. So I can run this application in a compatibility mode. So run compatibility troubleshooter is also there. You don't know the application is not working. You don't understand why it is not working. So run the compatibility troubleshooter. It is possible that it is written for a old operating system, not for your current operating system. So based on that, you can select compatibility mode also. This is one of the troubleshooting. Okay, so this is about your Windows XP. It is a 1 point we can able to tell. Okay, so there is a we have to split desktop virtualization into 2 parts. So one part is client side virtualization. So in a client side virtualization, using a this virtualization techniques. Okay, I will write to avoid a confusion, guys. Simple, it is desktop virtualization. Okay, we have to take as a 2 parts. Okay, first part I am trying to say it is first part. You have to tell like this. It's a client side virtualization. So you can check the definition which is with the above. Okay, client side virtualization. How to achieve a client side virtualization is very simple by installing VMware Workstation player using hypervisor application. Okay, so using hypervisor applications, we can achieve client-side virtualization, like a VMware workstation or a player. Okay, Oracle. I've written. Just I'm telling again, just for a statement purpose only. Microsoft VirtualPC. So this is the two things: client-side virtualization, hypervisor application, this kind of stuff. Next one is built-in hypervisors as feature or a role. It's like a Hyper-V, Microsoft Hyper-V. Microsoft Hyper-V in Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10 Pro or Enterprise, 64-bit kind of stuff. Or you can say in a Linux, KVM, QEMU. Guys, one point is also there, that is called a WSL. Current version is 2. What is this WSL? Okay, it is very useful point in a Docker and all. This is Windows subsystem for Linux. Windows subsystem for Linux means it is a virtualization platform. Linux based virtualization platform. So mainly for Docker. Okay, we use it for a Docker application to run, to install and run Docker. Usually we install WSL version 2. So you want to go to Google and check it compulsory what it is. Okay, Windows subsystem for Linux is compatible layer for running Linux library executable negatively on the Windows 10, Windows 11 and Windows Server 2019. In May 2019, it is new version 2019, WSL2 was announced, introducing important changes such as a real Linux kernel through subsystem of Hyper-V features. See guys, the technology is very huge. The technology is very huge. Okay, so if you know little, you know it. That's it. I'm not saying you know little, you have to know like a version kind of stuff. I'm not telling you know a little. Good. Keep learning. Keep learning little. That's you build a technology, knowledge kind of stuff. It does not mean you know little. You don't think it is enough. That is point. Okay. You know little. Good. Learn another small little part. Another little. So then it will you know it. You will having a knowledge. That's fine. Okay. So when we are installing Docker application, we must install this kind of stuff or a Hyper-V. I don't have a Hyper-V in my physical machine. So what I have to do it? I install a Windows subsystem for Linux. It is a hypervisor layer. Okay. Okay. So in a desktop virtualization, this is the small part 1. Okay. And yeah, one more point I forget. This is that is separately I have written, right? So meanwhile, XPMode. Is a best example desktop virtualization, client-side virtualization. So XPMode is the best example. Okay, already we discussed about that one also. So these are the point, guys. Okay, so now take a break. So I will explain in afternoon about a presentation virtualization, that is again remote desktop licensing, then presentation virtualization, application virtualization, means remote apps kind of stuff. So how it is difference is there. It is a little lengthy class, little boring class. Have food very well, have a tea or anything. Okay, so we'll see that one. So if you get a sleep, we will take a break and do it. Okay, and I will introduce a cloud computing guarantee, and I will share some PPTs also. That's it for now, guys. Have a lunch or anything. Some people already left, no problem. Be back at